Hello, and welcome to another Rebel Inc. Let's Play. This is Northstar. I hope you folks are doing well. I am streaming this recording to someone. I thought they might enjoy see me uh, record live. Just quoting the saves from a previous one there. Um, I don't think it should cause any problems, but I apologize if it causes anything I won't notice later, like audio stuttering or video flickering. I severely doubt it because I do a multiplayer of Age of Wonders 3 where I have Discord, I have recording, and that's an internet game, so it's more demanding, and it still works just fine. I am continuing my quest to do all the maps, all the first 5 maps with all of the normal governors. Um, hmm. I haven't been able to succeed as a general yet. Let's start on a banker attempt. By the way, I'm assuming because I haven't even done normal in Warlord that that's even harder than the general for this map. Now R. If you're watching this, I'll say R because I didn't know if you wanted any more than that in of username or whatever in the recording. I should mention that player pace of this game, if you haven't watched before, is quite right wing. So I try to keep my Pokemon commentary a little less because it does, I think, bother some of them. But I also sometimes take a certain perverse joy in annoying some of the really far right people who sometimes show up and troll this stream. So, anyways, playing as the banker. Also done too much commentary in the past. There's a certain value in waiting a little to spend money as her, because she gets interest like that $1 there. Although you can't wait too long. District reps, outreach office. Get those rolling out a little quicker. Service discussions. All right. Especially because I ain't spending money for a tiny bit right into education. So those always roll out quick. Now, I always try and keep in mind the lose conditions, which are running out of rep usually, and brutal. So I'm going quite aggressive on services because if I fail to stabilize a zone quick enough, that's usually how I lose. Still a lot of inflation increase. Heck with that candidate waiting longer. Sea Lion escapes from Prague Zoo, safe for recapture. Sometimes the headlines here are just random things, and sometimes they're useful. Grab international assistance early, because it's a lot cheaper than running initiatives myself. Secret door and Great Pyramid open. Second door discovered. Yep. Only $5 for pet procurement right now. Let's grab that. Because it is cheaper than having to deal with the corruption later to prevent it in the first place. Water expansion. Reduce the chances of a sanitation initiative being done by the NGOs, because those are the 80 Kelvin car bombs by Chechen rebels. Jeez. Even do print money here, actually. I can spend more money later. These initiatives are by far the cheapest, so I'd rather not have the charities do those for me. Alright. Limit access. Full access generates way too much corruption. Inflation. Funding only takes too long to pay for itself. Unless you cut the overpowered dollars and disasters advisors, in which case just gonna grab school supplies now. Then you can actually make full access usable more often. The charity watchdog. School expansion. Alright, time for soldiers. Just may die kidney failure? What? What do you mean? Oh. UN end sanctions only be imposed after a Lockerbie disaster. Lockerbie disaster. Yeah, I took Armchair Architect for extra money. So this looks to be my HQ location there. Not the best one, it's in the corner of the map. Could really mess me up. And this is where insurgents are. Which means there's probably a camp right around here. Could be there, could be. Let's grab infrastructure discussions. So the NGOs don't do those either. Main roads 1. Forget what zones in this map have. Right now only one that's visible. They do go up this way. Echo Tango. Need more coalition soldiers. Solely, they don't contribute to corruption risk. That is historically inaccurate. Since coalition troops in Iraq, Afghanistan were up to all sorts of criminal activities. Something that the governments would prefer to deny, but is a verified fact. Many people getting court-martialed for things because that's just the ones that were caught. Alright. Should probably see where these guys are coming from. Yeah. Surveillance drones might help with that. Ah, there's the camp. Some banker can actually afford to run that early. Way too expensive. Need more troops. Can only be in so many places at once otherwise. I don't want any of these zones to be captured. Large budget surplus. Charity. Definitely need support early. I was hoping not to get that event so early, but whatever. Right, that was one. I was hoping the chairs did that for me, but nope. Darn it. Alright, $11 in those. there's a way to set alert when price went down. Inflation's gonna drive it up. God. That's 15. Alright, sanitation, what's affected by inflation. Not getting enough support quick enough, so. These cushions are $4. Still 4, but I can't wait any longer. I'll have the charities to actually run that. Alright. Guess there are a lack of jobs. Garrisons, I need them soon. Drive the insurgents down to Foxtrot Kilo. I can surround it and destroy them. Just these 3 units. Or actually, they might get... drive them into mountains, I should say. Alright, civil assistance. Which will also... another war distracts coalition. I'm gonna pause this recording real quick. I apologize. Person listening to me was getting some metallic voice, which means you guys probably were too. So I turned off noise cancellation on Discord since my sound software has noise cancellation already. Let's do combat sensors. I need to win this quicker. Alright. Fund military because I have national soldiers soon. Development bank. Need to stabilize this urban zone soon enough. Got stability already. So charities can't skip over things, and I wouldn't mind if they did any of these. Probably do live stock. Yeah, I'll just do it now. Because I also need rural support. And they did vocational training. Oh well. Not winning quick enough. There, and this is also a forest. Coalition to withdraw soldiers. Oh no. Oh no. This could seriously mess me up. Crop development. wait till this combat's over before. Then we draw the one that I only took 1 unit. Alright. These guys help with these initiatives. Oh, shoot. There's insurgents there. Can't let them take that zone. Going to take that one, unfortunately. Those lobbyists now. It's probably going to be a loss due to lack of stability. Oh no. And defeat. What a yay. Well, that didn't go great. That was some bad luck with insurgent spawns, so let me give this another shot. Only 17 minutes in. This is why Pistachio Forest is my worst nemesis. It's so hard to stabilize zones. You know what? Oh, no, I can't do that because I'd be more aggressive about rolling initiatives. I probably shouldn't have printed money so early because of the way that affected inflation. This is a better spawn too, though. Service discussion, it's only $2 at the beginning. Let's go right in on literacy drives. The earlier you get a initiative done in a zone, the sooner it starts giving you support. Medical supplies. Corruption was a bit of a problem before, so should be probably more aware of that. Or healthcare, because it raises inflation less than education stuff. It's probably because I've done so many education initiatives recently. Inflation. Feedback mechanism to prevent you from doing, quote, too many initiatives too soon, but the game's definition of what's too many is, based on brutal, quite harsh. program. Still too much inflation. Urban outreach. Try and increase the odds of stuff rolling on Charlie Yankee at any given time, which is an urban zone, though it's a town, not a city. Whiskey being a city, of course. Basic sanitation, because it's only $2. And the start of the insurgency already. Get to procurement. Keep doing civ stuff if I can. School supplies. Coalition soldiers. So of course we do support gain. People understand we don't like foreign troops in their country. Troops that invaded their country on false nonsense pretenses, no less. I mean, the war in Iraq was completely unjustified. And Afghanistan, some might say it was justified. It certainly wasn't useful, considering Osama bin Laden wasn't even found in Afghanistan. But in Pakistan. Let's do corruption because it does improve support a little. We need more soldiers though. Support. Charities that do infrastructure discussions. Things expensive right now. There's inflation. Coalition stop and search causing anger. Investigate further. Turns out female soldiers are doing the searches. They just weren't taking off their helmets. People didn't realize they're women. The game has this racist. They didn't realize women could be soldiers. No, it's because they were wearing their helmets. And people were not looking too closely because you look too closely and, well, soldiers find it dangerous. They think you're up to no good. Managed to stabilize his own quick enough to avoid any rep loss. Hopefully. Now I'm getting jobs protests. It's electricity man in Charlie Romeo, so actually want to do electricity first. The charity doesn't. Let's do main roads. One though. Yeah, I'll get the charity to do it. Charities. Let's help it move around my HQ area. It's gonna take too long to destroy this camp. Boom. Eradication. Yeah, TV eradication. I'll guarantee the charities have to do infrastructure instead. Time for a third. Dirt roads. Shoot. Since I stabilized so quickly. Oh no, now I'm taking losses. Like a spilly. I was gonna say I might be able to send these guys home. Maybe not. I should say send them home, so I might be able to not send them home to extend their deployment. Yeah, let's do that. Wait, short extension. I can't afford more than one. Alright. Yeah. Corruption. Since national soldiers generate a lot of corruption. Again, more pro-Western bias than that, but oh well. New university proposed to prove with oversight. Seem to be attacking out there. Not the capability to contain these guys just yet. Militia. They definitely need zone security. Rural outreach. Really? The charity couldn't have done electricity. Garrisons. Garrisons there. Back enforcements. Corruption with support. Rapid air rotation. Shoot. Oh no. Maybe a little too slow. Let's grab some assistance. And more national soldiers. Corruption's starting to become a problem for a reputation. Electricity. Send these guys home. It's two. I'll put the wrong stuff out. Garrison, yes please. Shoot. Keep the coalition troops out anywhere it's not green zone so they don't antagonize the locals. And let's describe development discussions. Gotta stabilize stuff. PR media office. A whole lot at this point. And insurgents for the rep gain. So we're able to consider them to have drawn from combat. Thankfully not. What's it gonna do? Telecoms 1. Let's look at the stabilize these zones despite proximity. Oh, surge. National surge, please. Darn it, that skyrocketed corruption. Alright, I'll do corruption purge immediately then. Restricted civilians, cover up. Stuff like this is, of course, why this game has a right-wing player base. It encourages people to do stuff like that as if it's the good thing. Livestock development. Yeah, that is a rural zone. Two more. Outreach. Civil support may actually help here. Stabilizing Charlie Sierra quick. There we go. And the lack of stability problems for a little. Money right into coalition soldiers. Send these guys home. Yes, had to destroy the militia immediately. National soldier pay to prevent reduced desertions. Corruption is now a bigger problem than insurgent activity. Another corruption purge over. good. It's too much rep. Too darn quickly. Okay, attacking the green zone. Pull the garrison. Garrison because they need to stabilize that zone. And that does help. Just need to save up for anti-corruption. More zones you stabilize though, the less corruption hurts your rep, thankfully. In effect, many people don't realize. Initiatives faster. Costs can come down, of course, with inflation going down, but not yet. Egyptian president resigns following 18 days of protests. Ah, yes, the Arab Spring. Protests for democracy, which of course the U.S. ended up hating because it led to the free and fair election of Islamist parties. Have democracy, but no, don't have democracy if you don't vote with the people you don't want. It's the same as how the U.S. couped and invaded countries that elected socialist governments. Really, the only acceptable outcome of elections is selecting capitalist parties that with a pro-Western slant. To the US anyways. If it's an capitalist but anti-Western like the Islamist parties, or it's anti-capitalist like the socialists, then no, can't have that. Of course, the U.S. will gladly support religious groups if they're pro-Western, like Tibet, which was a literal theocracy before China, but because it's a pro-Western religious government, it's fine. Let's grab land rights. It's cheaper. Help with the support in some of these remote zones. Also, just don't deploy elsewhere. I had this, I could have gotten remote subsidies, but doing the threats right away. By the way, insurgents, because if your rep's low or you lose funding, the budget gets reduced. So these guys aren't just doing civil assistance. It says something about a scientists revive plant from 31,800-year-old piece of fruit. Yeah, that's contrasting the development of the wealthy countries to here, where you literally get events about goat breeds. It's accurate. Of course, the reason why some countries are backwards, others aren't, is not discussed, being the history of imperialism. The West repeatedly invading certain areas of the world, go to the South. Here I go about politics after I said I was going to try and keep it down, so never mind me, folks. I'll just quiet down here for the moment. And destabilize that zone. Export agencies with $7. Of course, I get a one-time bonus of reputation whenever I stabilize the zone. So, well, actually, if it becomes destabilized, restabilize, I get rep again. This is going well so far. So, let's save. Let's make some accidental big mistake. For local police recruitment. Surprise attacks deep in my territory. My territory. It's the people's territory. It gets you thinking. This is problematic. Like any good propaganda, you don't realize it's propaganda. That's why counterinsurgency experts were glad to work with the devs of this game. Anyhow. G networks are actually probably more important. The more zones they're rolled out, the more effective they are, and they'll help stabilizing all this soon. Let's get more national troops recruited. Putting off that to keep corruption low, but need to be able to push. It's a national surge will be able to have up to 6 national units in the end. Here if I can. They're insurgent leaders again. The reputation also need to start pushing these red zones. Supporting insurgents. Pressure, but waiting because the chance of success go up the longer it's been since you funded the Foreign Relations Office, so see build capability over time, I guess. Or their case about this whole rival support thing. Proof. Just as the cover-ups get harder, the more times it happens, because people are building a case of how you're doing these systematic cover-ups. You're probably getting Edward Snowden's or whatever. Because for those who don't know, one of the big things was you revealed how the U.S. was covering up a lot of airstrikes against civilians in Iraq, Afghanistan. The U.S. was doing cover-ups. That's a proven fact, and part of the proof is stuff that Snowden released. It's time to send these guys home. Keep my rep up. Upset people back home. Extension of these tours is kind of a the involuntary tour extensions that historically happened. It represents that, I think. Soldiers are well, your tour is supposed to be up, but nope, we're not going to let you go home. Let's attack where the surgeons aren't. Good military strategy is always to engage enemy where they are not in force. Fund the military because we need it to push into mountains. Attrition deaths down. I don't think those headers actually do anything, but just how you rolled out certain initiatives in a lot of zones. Could be wrong. Alright, my rep is starting to go up. Gaining it faster, I'm losing it. Making victory almost certain. So pressure, 90% chance of success. Let's grab some precision munitions to try and reduce these civilian casualties. That might actually just make the airstrikes happen more. Since supposedly they only happen when the calculated risk is below a certain threshold. So that should just create more chances where the risk is that low and actually increase the number of civilian casualties due to being more strikes. I'm sure that's not how the game models it, though. That wouldn't make much sense. If you're doing airstrikes whenever the risk is below 38%. Of course, maybe precision munitions increases the accuracy of those estimates or something. Funded the military again, and I'm still not pushing here. Time to fund the last national soldier unit so I can do the anti-AD vehicle upgrades. Actual travel logistics do up a little. Combat strength, but not nearly as much as other stuff. Well, attacker insurgents aren't. They're all focused up here. So I can push and engulf Mike. Tuberculosis. Is this vaccines gaining pace? Darn it, we're attacking her. Hey, the game doesn't model the CIA giving fake polio and TB vaccines in certain areas to gather intelligence about where Osama was. Those who not heard about this, this was a war crime that was committed that the U.S. got in a lot of trouble for, although the news was not reported on very much in the United States for some reason. But it's a well-documented incident. Could have just given real vaccines to unqualified personnel instead of giving fake ones. Probably did more harm giving the fake vaccines. Or they could have had, you know, actual medical personnel there instead of agents. I think they had some actual medical personnel, though. Just gave fake vaccines. Because sometimes it was a medical person in the room, and sometimes it was an agent. Push there. Oh, no, actually that won't work because surgeons have nowhere to retreat to. I mean, somewhere have here to retreat to. They'll cause issues. here, though. Another there. Military again. Delayed it due to corruption issues, but this cost me a little rep. Probably don't need to care that much, though. Got plenty of reputation now. I should travel logistics that last bit of combat strength. Development bank. Ton of money in there for a ton of interest. This money makes money. Let's do a peace deal now. I've got the insurgents down to, well, nothing really. Camp in some random area though once they eliminate the last one. Insurgent party's banned. Excuse me. Try to increase my support. So it does help security a little. Insurgents apologize. Hardline this peace deal. Gonna have to fund the military though if I do have to deal with pockets that break out. Green zones. Prison all insurgent leaders. Trying to stick you in where it'd be the worst for a camp to pop. Insurgents hand in all weapons. Our national forces remain indefinitely. And create a peace deal. There's no insurgents on the map. Victory! Stabilize the region 2019. Alright, well I hope you folks enjoyed that. Take care of each other, be kind to yourselves, and may you always fight a gangster to lead you home. Until next time, this is Northstar. Adieu, and best luck.